I was watching an interview last night with the new England football manager, and they were talking to him about how well England had done in the last 4 tournaments and not yet won them. I'm looking at this. They won in the World Cup in 2018, they reached the semi-final. In Euros 2020, they reached the final and lost to Italy. In the World Cup of 2022, they lost in the quarterfinals, and in the Euros of 2024, they got to the semi-finals. They got so close, but never quite made it. And they asked him what he thought about the difference between the last manager and himself. And he said something that really stood out to me. He said that the mentality of the England team, particularly in the last tournament, was that they were more frightened of not winning it than they were excited about winning it. And that made a load of sense to me. And I don't know about you, but it rang so true. And let me tell you why in my example. Before the lockdown, and after I'd had my kidney operation, I thought to myself, this is my last chance probably to make it in the world. And I wanted to do something. And so I looked at starting a new business. Now, I've not told anybody, this is the first time I've ever told anybody and showed anybody any of the plans of what I'd done. But this is what I did. I come from a fairground family. I've been brought up around fairgrounds and amusement parks most of my life. I was looking to open an amusement park. I found a piece of ground. It was about 17 acres and it looked in a good position where I think it would have been able to make money. I found the people that owned the land. I had an idea of what it was going to cost to buy the land and also how much it would cost me to fill this land with rides, buildings, all sorts of stuff to make it a viable business. As you can see, I see the bit of ground and then I put my plan into place. However, I was scared. I was more frightened of it not happening than I was excited about doing it. I'd done all of the background work. I did everything I needed to do to get it in place, except talk to the people who owned the land and then go and look for some capital to help me to buy this, because there's no way I alone had the money to be able to do it. I spent 2 years doing all of the background work that I needed to do. But when push come to the shove, I was more worried about looking stupid than I was excited about getting it going. And so it never happened. And so what the England manager said last night in that interview rung so true to me. And it begs the question, are you your own worst enemy? In my case, I knew that I was because of what I'd done then. How about you? Is there anything that you've ever wanted to go for, but you've not done it through fear of either looking silly, not thinking that you're capable of doing it, not having the money to do it, or any other of a dozen reasons? And the reason I talk about this is because it doesn't matter whether you're 20, 50, 60, 70 or more. If you're still alive and you've still got time left, what's to stop you from doing the thing that you wanted to do? Now, I decided that I didn't want to take the amusement park idea forward, mainly because of stupidity. But looking back now, I think I wanted it for the wrong reasons. And the reason I actually wanted it was because I wanted my 2 sons to be able to work with me. The fact that they live 200 miles away and have their own lives seemed not to really be of an issue to me. I wanted something that I could bring my boys into it and to work with me. And it took all of 2 years to go through that thing and then realise that actually they probably wouldn't want to uproot themselves and come up here to do what I wanted to do. It might not have been something they were interested in, but in my head, that was something that I wanted to do. What is it that you want out of your life? Have you had any grand plans like I did that you haven't taken through? It's a funny thing, you know. Someone said to me a long time ago, if the dream's big enough, the facts don't matter. And it's right. I'm not a hypocrite for telling you this about the fact that I wanted to do that and didn't, and then ask you if you're the same. What I am is someone who's realised afterwards that I wanted to do what I wanted to do for the wrong reasons. All the time I was putting it together, I thought it was a great idea. And even though it never happened, I'm glad I went through it because I learned so much during it. But for you, what is it that you want to do? Is there anything that you would really like to do that you've not done? It doesn't have to be something grand. It doesn't have to be a business of your own. It may just be that you'd like to take up something. Take up photography and join a club. Join a photography club. Go and take photos and be judged against everybody else. It may be that you'll feel a bit silly doing that, so you don't want to be ridiculed. It's often that we don't tell people what we want to do because of what they're going to say to us. And that's silly when you think about it. Why is it that we hold ourselves back and we put the brakes on and just hold back because of the fear of what may be if we go for something and what could happen, instead of being excited by what could happen? It's a really, really funny thing how the human race is like that. I said it in a video a few days ago about the fact that years back in time, the human race was scared of being attacked by tigers and the wild animals, and we had this inbuilt radar, if you like, to keep us from harm. And over the years, as we've evolved, we no longer have those thoughts, those things that we have to worry about. Wild lions and tigers, for most people, aren't something that's going to happen. They're not going to be attacked by one. But we seem to have managed to get stuck and not move on. That fear holds us back. And instead of fear, we should get excited about the things that we want to do. Why wouldn't you? If there's something that's out there that you really want to do, don't let fear hold you back. I know what that feels like. And I also know how exciting it is when you do start to see something growing into fruition. It is your life. It's not for me to tell you that you can't do it. By any stretch of the imagination, I wouldn't tell you that, because it's your goal. And if it's something you would like to do, and it's been in there for a while, but something's holding you back, take it from me, you will feel much better going for it than looking back in years' time going, oh, wish I'd done that. I was so stupid not doing that. If you've got something that you want in your life, don't be your own worst enemy. Be your biggest cheerleader. Tell yourself that you can do it, because you can. It's about doing one step, then the next, then the next, then the next. Don't be your own worst enemy. Be a hero to those around you who will look up to you. They may not do it openly, but they'll look up to you and go, wow, look at that. Look what they did. That's it from me for today. That's day 16 of the video challenge done. I'll be back tomorrow with some other things to talk about. It may be something I see today. Till then, there's another video over there, and I'll see you next time.